Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Gaining Perspective with Cody Armstrong. I am your host, Cody Armstrong, and today's topic is about drug addiction. And the biggest reason why is not because I know somebody that has it. It's really just because somebody on my feed posted up a meme that was talking about, I guess, we need to be less sensitive to drug addicts, stop classifying things as like drug addiction as a disease. Basically show them tough love. That way they can move on with their lives. I have to say I highly disagree with this. Um, and I know it comes out of left field, but again, topics kind of strike me in a nerve where I sit there and I look at something and it just immediately like floors me. In this circumstance, again, I don't know anybody with drug addiction. I know I've had family members that have had alcohol addiction. It's not really the same thing, but it can be on the same lines. There's similarities there, but any addiction, period, is something hard to confront. And I guess the big reason why this actually struck me in a very negative way is because it talks about this tough love scenario. Like we need to stop giving them an out. Like that we're calling it a disease so it makes them not feel bad. Well, here's the circumstance. At the end of the day, yes, they made a choice to take the drug, pretty much probably unknowingly of how it would affect them. And then after that, yeah, maybe they did enjoy it the very first time. And maybe they enjoyed it a second time. And then before they knew it, they weren't just enjoying it to enjoy it. They were addicted to it. So it's kind of hard to say, like, that it's not a disease. And what I mean by that is, truly, did they catch it? No, they didn't catch it like a disease. Um, Being around certain people kind of makes it contagious. But that's a different circumstance, right? So really what I mean by this is I don't agree with the notion that we should give them tough love and tell them to suck it up and tell them that it was all their fault to begin with. Because the problem with telling an addict of any kind, doesn't matter what kind of addict, drug addict, again, alcohol addict, uh, even a sex addict, telling them that is their fault, that they did it to themselves, is not going to help them. You can give them tough love like that probably later on, but the very first initial reaction to them wanting you to get help should be treated pretty carefully. And the reason why is because, like, when you think about it, a person who wants to divulge that they have a problem or feels that they have a problem is probably coming to you in a very hoping and open way. Like hoping that you might understand or that maybe they can come to you and confide in you. But, treating them like, if your first initial reaction to them telling you this was, well, you're fucking stupid because you tried it in the first place. So you're an addict because you're an idiot. Well, then they're going to shy away from you and probably anybody else because if you were the most trusted person and then you're like, well, wait. I wasn't trying to, like, what were you trying to do? I was just trying to show you some tough love. They're not going to care. They're going to be like, no, you think I'm fucking stupid. And I feel stupid. And it hurts a lot. Like that, someone that I really trust would think that of me. Tough love is a good thing in certain circumstances. Tough love can be applied once they've gone through probably the initial rehabilitation and detoxification. Again, I've never struggled with drug addiction myself. But it doesn't mean that I'm unaware of it, Again, it just struck a chord with me. I saw somebody's post and I wanted to comment on it. I kind of refrained because I thought maybe this would be a good topic to talk about. And so the circumstances is like drug addiction is not a joke. Any addiction is not a joke. Like people don't need to be shamed by it either, because that will never help them. Feeling ashamed is not tough love. Being told you're stupid or weak is not tough love. It's just you being a fucking asshole. And, like I said, tough love can be implemented throughout the course of their sobriety. as they're getting clean, as they're detoxifying, as they kind of have a clearer head, and you can ask them questions and probably be like, hey, I mean, why did this even have to happen? That kind of scared a lot of us. That kind of, that's why we have, what is it? Sorry, I forgot the name of it, but, that's why you have kind of interaction with them, and it hits hard, like nobody wants to tell somebody like, hey, you fucked up. It's always more about support than it is ever about rubbing somebody's nose in it. Because yeah, they're already feeling as bad as they do, but they need support, and that's what they're asking for. So again, this topic, like, again, while it doesn't concern me directly, I do feel for those people out there who's struggling with this every day, whether they are the addict or whether their family is having to deal with it. It's not a joke, and it's a pretty sad sight to see, people rally behind. I mean, everybody's got their own opinion on things, right? And I have my opinion on this too. I believe, like, yeah, I believe if you're too stern on somebody, I believe you're an asshole. Because, like, unless you're doing it to really try to help them, and unless you see some sort of progress with that method, you're probably just being a jerk, and that really is going to hurt them in the longer run than it is going to help them. So again, I mean, this isn't a very long episode because I'm not trying to talk about this as if I have any real experience. This is just an opinionated show, and I really hope that those of you who are affected out there really do understand that there are plenty of people in your life that will support you. They will give you tough love, but it'll be in the form of how it affected them and why they don't like that side of you. And in the end, that'll probably convince you to, to be sober, to stop doing what you're doing. And, I wish you all the best of luck out there who do struggle with this. And if you guys have any, if you have any actual experiences with this, whether it's alcohol addiction, I mean, I've dealt with that when I was a child, not myself personally, but family members, and I know how that felt. That's alcohol addiction. If anybody has actual, like, drug addiction, I'm definitely a person you can open up to and talk to and bounce ideas off of. Again, I don't have it directly, but I can put myself in your shoes, and I can try to help you in any way that I know. And again, I just want everybody to be treated with the respect that they deserve, whether or not, they meant to. But, either way, guys, I know I'm rambling on, and I'm really just trying to show my support out there for people who struggle with addiction of any kind. And just know that, just stay the course, try to be strong, do the best that you can. Anyways, thanks for watching.